What is wealth? Wealth is having vastly more than enough. In modern America, being wealthy is typically understood to mean a person whose net worth exceeds $2.6 million according to a survey conducted by Charles Schwab in 2021. Americans generally consider this level of net worth to be wealthy. This is the average net worth that respondents to the survey considered to be the threshold for being considered rich. But net worth is just one metric for measuring wealth, and other factors such as income, assets, and lifestyle may also be considered when determining someone's wealth. However, one's level of income or even the amount of assets owned minus their debts is only one measure of wealth. True wealth constitutes a lot more than money. I feel like a more holistic measure of wealth makes a lot more sense. We've all heard the maxim, money can't buy happiness. Marcus Lemonis said, people suffering from poverty scoff at the concept that money can't buy happiness. The American Psychological Association published an article about research conducted by Robert Kenney. Wealthy people he interviewed admitted they loved having a lot of money and understand they are fortunate. But sometimes having a lot of money means isolation, loss of friendships to get you through difficult times, and struggling with the same parenting issues as everyone else. He said, if their kids have access to a lot of money, and therefore a lot of drugs, that hurts just as much as if they don't have any money and their kids are doing drugs. It doesn't save you from any of that. Too often, people seek after riches to pay for a hedonistic self-centered lifestyle. A hedonistic lifestyle is one that is focused on seeking pleasure and indulging in one's desires and passions. People who live a hedonistic lifestyle prioritize their own pleasure and enjoyment above all else, often engaging in activities that are considered pleasurable but may not necessarily be morally or socially acceptable. A hedonistic lifestyle may involve frequent partying, drinking, drug use, and casual sex. People who live this way may also spend a great deal of time and money pursuing material possessions, luxury goods, and other experiences that bring them pleasure. While living a hedonistic lifestyle may be exciting and enjoyable in the short term, it can also be unsustainable and potentially damaging in the long term. People who prioritize pleasure above all else may find themselves struggling with addiction, financial problems, and relationship issues. A hedonistic lifestyle will lead to a lack of meaning and purpose in life, as it is focused solely on individual pleasure rather than contributing to the world in a meaningful way. True wealth consists of living a multifaceted life filled with meaning, fulfillment, and noble purpose. It is a life dedicated to fulfilling one's purpose in life to make the world a better place and to help others to make their own personal contribution to the greater good. Being wealthy in this way expands your ability to have a greater positive impact and ultimately leave the world a better place because you were here for a few brief decades. According to the Bible, Abraham used his wealth to bless mankind in a number of ways. One of the most significant ways in which Abraham used his wealth to bless others was by practicing hospitality. He was known for welcoming strangers and travelers into his home and providing them with food, shelter, and other necessities. In fact, the Bible recounts several instances in which Abraham entertained angels who appeared to him in human form, and he treated them with great kindness and generosity. Another way in which Abraham used his wealth to bless others was through his acts of charity. He was known for giving generously to those in need, including his own family members and those who were less fortunate than him. For example, when his nephew Lot was captured by enemy forces, Abraham gathered a group of his most trusted servants and went to rescue him. He also gave tithes and offerings to God, which was a way of supporting the work of the priests and the poor. Overall, Abraham's use of his wealth to bless mankind serves as an example of how wealth can be used for good. By practicing hospitality, and charity, and promoting peace, Abraham demonstrated that wealth can be a powerful tool for bringing people together and improving the lives of those around us. So, wealth is not simply a measure of money. It is a measure of power in a sense. Power to create an overall sense of well-being and happiness. I believe that this kind of wealth is comprised of four things. First of all, time freedom. Time freedom refers to the ability to have control over one's time, allowing for the pursuit of activities and experiences that are personally fulfilling and meaningful. It involves having the flexibility and autonomy to choose how one spends their time, rather than being constrained by obligations or external factors. Time freedom is often seen as a key aspect of a fulfilling and balanced life, as it allows individuals to prioritize their personal goals and passions, and to live life on their own terms. The second component of wealth is to possess sufficient money for our own needs and additional money to help others. According to a study from Princeton University's Woodrow Wilson School, it sort of does, up to about $100,000 a year in 2023 dollars. The lower a person's annual income falls below that benchmark, the unhappier he or she feels. But no matter how much more than $100,000 people make, they don't report any greater degree of happiness. So, having a reliable way of earning at least $100,000 per year to care for our own personal needs could be considered to be the threshold to wealth. It also means that we shift our financial paradigm from one of personal financial narcissism and hedonistic consumption to one of financial stewardship, in which we accept responsibility to become wise stewards over our finances, growing our income and assets and minimizing our obligations and debts to empower us and expand our capacity to be more philanthropic, more loving, and more creative in how we leave the world a better place than when we arrived here. The third component of wealth is our meaningful and uplifting relationships. Too often, when we think about rich people, we envision selfish people who have experienced broken relationships and hard lives. They may have spent too much time at the office, at the expense of their families and friends. The truly rich and wealthy are those whose lives are filled with loving families, loyal spouses, dedicated long-term friendships, and trusted relationships in which they are significant contributors to the lives around themselves. The fourth component of a wealthy life is that of having a positive impact on the lives of others. This is often evidenced by a philanthropic focus. Philanthropy refers to the act of giving time, money, or resources to support charitable causes and to improve the welfare of others. It is the practice of using one's resources, often financial, to promote the well-being of individuals, communities, or society as a whole. Philanthropy may involve donating to nonprofit organizations, volunteering time and skills to help others, or engaging in advocacy and activism to promote social change. The goal of philanthropy is typically to create a positive social impact and to address social and economic challenges, such as poverty, inequality, or environmental degradation, but we can each decide how we will improve the world around us. I don't think that there is anything that will make us feel better than when we focus on the needs of others and when we find ways to lift others up in some lasting and significant way. Creating wealth in our own lives honors each of these four foundational principles. Building a wealthy lifestyle blesses us as well as many others around us. Over time, our capacity to increase our wealth will grow in each of these four areas. For most people, wealth is often associated with the accumulation of money and possessions. While having a healthy bank balance and material possessions can undoubtedly provide a sense of security and comfort, true wealth encompasses much more than just material possessions. Real wealth is a multifaceted concept that involves having time freedom, self-reliance, the ability to build meaningful relationships, and making a positive impact on the lives of others. On this channel, we explore the benefits of looking at personal wealth beyond the acquisition of money and things. One of the significant advantages of viewing wealth beyond material possessions is having time freedom. Time is one of the most precious resources that we have, and once it's gone, we can never get it back. By having the financial means to live a comfortable life without sacrificing time, we can dedicate our time to the things that matter the most to us, such as spending time with loved ones, pursuing our passions, and contributing to our community. When we have time freedom, we can focus on what we value most in life, and that is an invaluable asset. Another benefit of seeing wealth beyond money and possessions is being self-reliant. Financial security provides us with the ability to take care of our own needs, without relying on others for assistance. By having enough money and resources, we can weather unexpected events and challenges that life often throws our way. This can reduce stress and anxiety and enable us to enjoy a more fulfilling life, without constantly worrying about our finances. Having financial freedom also allows us to help others and build meaningful relationships. When we are secure in our own lives, we can focus on the needs of others and lend our time, resources, and skills to make a positive difference in the lives of others. By helping others, we can create a sense of purpose and fulfillment in our own lives, as well as improve the well-being of those around us. Building meaningful relationships is critical to our overall happiness and well-being. When we have the financial means to enjoy experiences and create memories with loved ones, we can strengthen our relationships and foster deeper connections with others. When we view wealth beyond the acquisition of money and possessions, we can make a positive impact on the world around us. Making a positive difference in the lives of others is a fulfilling experience that can provide us with a significant sense of purpose and happiness. Whether it's volunteering in our local community, donating to charities, or simply being kind to others, we can make a difference in the world around us. When we focus on creating positive change, we can inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positivity and kindness. Remember, personal wealth is much more than just the acquisition of money and things. Real wealth encompasses having time freedom, self-reliance, building meaningful relationships, and making a positive impact on the world around us. By viewing wealth beyond material possessions, we can create a more fulfilling and purposeful life. By prioritizing our time, being self-reliant, helping others, building meaningful relationships, and making a positive impact on the world, we can create a life that is truly rich and fulfilling. I hope that you have enjoyed our presentation and taken careful notes about how to create real wealth in your life. I have provided additional details on each in the notes below. Please click to like and subscribe and share this video and our channel with your friends so that they can focus on building true wealth. Check back soon to see more videos that will help you make more money, build wealth, and improve the quality and luxury of your life.